to another exciting episode of CEO Chat. Yes, I am your host, Shawanna Kennedy. This is a place where I get to have look up close, impersonal conversations with some of this world's most popular CEOs, where we can get down and dirty to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, where we can discuss and get to the heart and the hard, how hard it could be sometimes, of the matter of being a CEO. Right. Today, I'm super excited that I get to what I've had her to pause for the cause to take a pause to have a conversation with me, Shawanna Kennedy. Today, my guest is Diane Linston. I am so excited. Excuse me. She is Dr. Diane Linston. I am so excited that that's one of the things that she has recently accomplished on top of all the number of things that she's been doing over the last few decades. Hey, welcome to CEO Chat. How are you?
Hi there, Miss Kennedy. I am doing wonderful, amazing, and fantastic.
Excellent. I'm so excited that you were able to pause. I know this can be a busy season for you. Look, all times, because fashion is always so important. Again, I'm excited. Look, Dr. Diane Linston, I'm excited and to know that that was one of the major accomplishments for this year for you. I was hippopotamus happy and overjoyed because I know how hard you work, how much you put into and take pride in the things and being a part of the community and showing and sharing love by way of fashion. So, for those who don't know you, just tell us a little bit about you, because then we can get into a little bit of our history, because I have the privilege of knowing you for just a few of those decades, right? I get the privilege of knowing you for some time. So just say hello, let them know a little bit about you, Diane.
Well, hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here. Shawanna and I go a ways back, and it even started when we went to school together and taking textile fabrication. At,
Yes.
um, at 15 years old, I always knew I wanted to be a fashion designer. But when I dreamed little, God, He dreamed bigger. And it's just a blessing. I am the owner of Styles of Imaginations Fashion. I'm also the owner of Cleveland Cut and Sew, which I am the only African American female who has a women's manufacturing company here in Cleveland, Ohio. I've just launched a new line of breast cancer. No, I shouldn't say breast cancer. We named them chemo transitional blouses for women who are going through chemo treatment. Once again, this fashion has just taken me into a whole different direction. And in May, I became Dr. Diane Linston. Um, Thank you. And that is in humanitarian. So I use my fashions. I work with people from AIDS, lupus, cancer, homeless, kids with autism. You just have to follow God's direction.
I love it. I love it. See, you said a whole lot right there. You already see this amazing guest that we have with us today. She is Dr. Diane Linston, and I'm excited to be able to call her, to call her not only a friend, but to be able to now add to the title Dr. Diane Linston. She is amazing. And that you now, here is the thing. Let's go back. Let's try to go back just a little bit in our chat, right?
Yes.
We started, you started, and then you actually took it a little bit further than me. We go back all the way to high school, and we took textile fabrications in Ohio, right? Because we went all the way to Ohio for this amazing CEO. And in school, she decided to take it all the way. And from there, she went and got her bachelor's and went on to open up, as you heard, that was where Styles of Imagination even came into play. And from there, you've been in malls, you've been all over the globe with some of your designs, your fashion. So let's say that this is not where we typically, some people can white label to sell fashions. Let's make sure for the record, people understand that these are your designs. These are your NGU designs, right? The never give up, the NGU line. And she prides herself on the never giving up. So starting back in high school, going on and get the degree, and it has taken you to a number of places. How about we talk about some of those places? Where have your fashion taken you to?
Oh my goodness. I have been in New York Fashion Week. I worked side by side with Malcolm X daughters. And let me see, I have designed clothes for many celebrities. My clothing has been wardrobe for a couple of movies. So I was really excited about that because one day I just Googled myself and it was like, I think it's I am something credits. I was like, oh my goodness. But
Oh, wow. Yeah, we're gonna have
yes,
to, yeah, wonderful. See,
yes.
now I didn't even know that, to attribute that to your all of the accolades, to know that
Hmm.
your fashions have been on celebrities, now
Hmm.
appearing in movies, and
Hmm.
you always go to the different fashion weeks, whether they're in what, in New York or even in
Yeah,
Georgia and other
yeah.
locations. You're everywhere.
Yes, yes. I just came back from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and we did a big fashion show there, which was just absolutely phenomenal. Those beautiful models. And I have to give kudos to my friend, Miss Teresa Marie, which we met each other in New Orleans. We did the 25th anniversary of the Essence Festival,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a lot of celebrities there, and but I'm gonna say I got there late, so but I end up just meeting some beautiful people. We've been working together ever since.
That is wonderful. I'm excited. So when we talk about business, what even inspired you to, I know in school, especially back then, you could pick what you wanted to be, but what was one of the things that inspired you to even want to be a designer?
Yeah. I must say, when I think about that often, and when as a little girls, remember Shawanna, I used to dress. I used to be like, I really did was the best dresser. And I really did. So I think my mother played a big part in that. And I could draw, and my father could draw really good. So I think I got that from him. And it just, I can't imagine myself, all honestly, doing anything else in life but creating and designing. But the fashion is a little bit more than that to become a CEO. And
Mhm.
that's what people, doesn't know.
Right. And that's why we wanted to have this CEO chat with you, because being able to put articles of clothes together and shoes and style and makeup, that's one gift, right? Because there's
Mhm.
stylists everywhere. But as a designer, someone that then takes on and wants to take on the good, the bad, and the ugly of not only owning a business, because we know you had your designs created, you opened
Mhm.
up the boutique, right? You've
Mhm.
had, right now, I believe you have two. Is it two? I know you've been in a couple of locations, right? So you have
Yeah.
currently two in this, what, not both of them are not in Cleveland. I know what one is in Cleveland and one is, where's the other
Well,
location?
what ended up happening was I did have one in Tower City in Cleveland. I had one in Beechwood. I even had a kiosk in the Cleveland Hopkins Airport. But
Wonderful.
you don't know this, but I closed all three of them down. I closed
Okay,
all.
now see, now we're getting into some of the hard. You hear that?
Yeah.
You're hearing it here, for folks, and it's up close, it's personal to say,
Mhm.
to be able to, as a business owner, when we open and start businesses, is then being wise enough to understand that you do have to make some hard decisions, right? It's good,
Mhm.
bad, ugly. Not only the hard and why we love what we do, but how hard it sometimes could be. So
Yeah.
now you said you made the decision after looking at certain things, you made a decision to then uh, close all three locations. So
Mhm.
currently, what are we doing? Is it just now an online boutique? Is that what we're doing? Because I know you're still out and doing other shows and things
Yeah.
like that and still styling. So is everything online at this point?
Yeah. The clothing, everything is online. I just I does a lot of big contracts. I do government contracts, commercial contracts, and then launching this line of chemo blouses. That's where my passion and my heart really is. Um, it's a lot with a boutique. You definitely have to have, and I can't say this enough, the right team.
Yeah.
You don't have the right team. Um, it's just hard, and everything was on me. I had to do payroll, I had to make sure the store was maintained, and then when you have these contracts, there are deadlines you have to meet. That's where your big money comes into play. So it was I have like mentors and coaches, and you
Hold on,
have
wait, wait. We got to make sure that people understand that. Did you hear
yes.
that? She said, right. You have to be willing to make the investment to have the
Hmm.
right mentors, to have
Hmm.
the right coaches,
Hmm.
because all CEOs, everyone, if you're listening to someone and they don't have someone that they're listening to,
Hmm.
then you might want to check who you are listening to, because all of us have to have that person or those people
Hmm.
that is feeding into your dream, your reality of that. So she chose to make the decision to then say, we're going to come away from that because of a bigger
Hmm.
opportunity. So what may have looked like the doors were closing. No, this was positioning herself as a
Yes.
CEO to go into something bigger, where she sounds like to me that you put your heart and went and narrowed in more towards the why and what you were more passionate about at this stage in life of with your design. And the design, you said it's the chemo blouse that was created to assist those who may have or are currently going through or have gone through cancer, some form of cancer treatment. And that is an amazing thing. So tell us a little bit about, how did you get into that?
Well, I want to just step back just a little bit.
All right.
So, what made me, fashion, I love fashion. I can draw, I can sew, but you have to be a CEO, you have to wear many hats. And one of the things is you have to learn how to balance, how to become profitable. So I was very good what I was doing, but at one point I wasn't making no money. I didn't know, you
Mm.
know, how to turn that profit. So that's when I got my degree in business and an undergrad in marketing. So marketing and advertising is the absolutely key. You have to, like I always give an example, whoever, every day it seems like I get Joanne Fabrics coupons. You keep getting those coupons, you are going to go to that store and don't get a 60%. You don't need nothing from Joanne Fabrics, but that 60% is just a mind thing. Oh, I gotta use this 60%. So that's a marketing strategy. That's a
Yeah, yeah.
marketing tool. So going back to the chemo blouses, so when the pandemic hit, once again, I always had to have mentors and coaches myself, where I'm mentors and coaches to other people, but sometimes they see things you don't see, and it's worth the investment. I was spending like $250 a month, and just when I was getting ready to say, okay, I can't use, I can't continue to afford to pay this coach, he came to me one day and he said, you need to get into mass. And this was just before the
Mm-hmm.
pandemic. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, are you kidding? I'm a high-end fashion designer. I'm selling these. And then he said, no, I'm serious, Diane. He said, you need to get into making masks because it's going to be huge. He was telling the truth. That year of 2020, I did over 150,000 masks.
Mm.
People were calling me, companies were calling me. It was crazy. It was just absolutely crazy. So I'm still, making masks. I do a number of masks at that point to funeral homes. People had to have masks going into funeral homes. And then I got certified. So as a female, you got a business, it is important that you become certified with whatever state that you are in.
Yes.
That will take you a very, very long way. if you're a female in the military, they will look at you before they look at anyone else. But just working with my coaches, and these were big time people. They were millionaires. So I just landed a big contract with the lady who sell dog bags out of Canton, Ohio, like 10,000 units to sell these. So I had to really keep my eye, focused on that. Then it went to meeting my accountant. His wife was a breast cancer survivor. And he had this ideal about these blouses. Now I have to say it took me 3 years. Because I never had anybody in my family, or never even knew anyone who had breast cancer. So the way she was explaining it, I was like, I'm not for sure this is a project that I want to take on. And I had a friend whose mother was just diagnosed with breast cancer. So she said, well, you can see my port. And before that happened, she ended up passing away. So it was back to square one. But just one day, and it was like, I don't know, the Lord just hit me and bam, and it took off here. So, I mean, when I tell you we've been on every news station here, we are about to do big things.
So that's ABC, NBC. Yeah. So, okay, that is so amazing. So no wonder, really, right, with the demand.
Yeah.
And like you mentioned, talking about even a team and having the right team and the support, you really did. I believe you made the right business decision for your brand, ultimately for your brand. And it's showing how still using your same skill, adding on skill, getting more knowledge, because you mentioned about even the importance of, no matter where you are, being certified with your state. I heard you say that, because that is so important to make sure that you're recognized to where you're open to opportunities that the average or local business person, they may be inclined to look over them, where that puts you ahead and puts you more so top of mind with certain certifications that you have within your very own state. So understanding the importance of getting your back end together, because part of that is the back end. So when we are faced with those opportunities, then you could say, I got it, check, 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 check. You're checking every box. So then they're finding a reason why not to use you, but you're showing all the reasons why you're the person for the job. So that's amazing. So right now, that's your current focus is the blouses. I know you still get out and you still do other fashion shows, because I've seen you recently out, right, doing some fashion shows, even with the virtual fashion shows. So it's nice to see that you're still doing that. You talked about the ugly and saying you do have to be okay to make the hard decision to reposition, right? I say to make the necessary adjustment for the better.
Yes. Yeah. You're 100% correct. Now, it's not just the chemo blouses. I every week we're just creating a whole line of fashions. Like this week, I'm going to be in Pittsburgh because we are doing this Women of Color Expo, and I was just going to be a vendor, and he just read upon me. He came to me, the producer, and was like, hey, you know what? Let's do a fashion show. So I was like, okay, yeah, okay. But getting back to the ugly part of being the CEO is shutting down. A lot of people didn't want me to do it because we had created a database of over 35 women within 3 years that came through Styles of the Boutique. Came through. So I told them they don't have to worry, because a lot of them I had their phone numbers, email. So every week we are sending out new fashions, new style. And to be honest with you, that was one of the best things I could have done.
That is so amazing. Who has been your biggest support?
My biggest support. Now you might be want to say my family. They automatically your biggest. I think just a lot of customers, People totally believe in me. People who loves me like you, and just here you have me here, and this is very important to me. This is very huge to me. But I think it's my customers. My customers, I have a couple of bonus moms who, one mother in particular, I call her my bonus mother, and her name is Lady Gilmore, who
We
she,
love her. We love,
yes, yes.
yes, we love
Yes.
Lady Gilmore.
And she, if anybody could tell my story, it would be her. And she would tell you how I was working in the basement and in the back in the laundry room. It was cobwebs and but she said, daughter, I'm calling to check on you. So when she calls, I have to make it my business to talk to her, because like your mom, them, it's a no-brainer. They
Yeah.
gonna love you whether you do it or you don't want to do it. But it's a lot of really special people that, even with these boutiques, it was a struggle. You gotta have, in a business, you have to have people that are on the same mind level, same mindset. So going into 2023, I am only dealing with what I call QPOs,
Uh-oh, we got to know what that is.
quality people only.
Okay, yes. That sounds like I need that in a bling shirt, please.
You know what? That's a good idea. So now let me see on the side note. I just heard that from Les Brown.
It's all right, but you can put it on a you I need a bling. We're going to give you credit, Les. Thank you,
Okay.
sir. But
Yeah,
I'm going to need that, ask her to really uniquely design that. So I need a QPO shirt.
I got you. I got you.
Yes, ma'am. I need that. And that is so true because
Mhm.
it's quality over quantity.
Yes.
Because having a bunch of people who could have access to you, because sometimes that is the problem. There's too many people that have access to you.
Mhm.
But if they're not quality, especially at this stage and age, uh, it's really like, what is it benefiting? And it's, as a CEO, your time is precious. Time is more than money. Your time is precious, right? And so
Yes.
pausing for that is so key. I love that. I love that. I love that. And I'm so excited that you did. You paused, right, CEO, to come on here and look, Dr. Diane Linston of Cleveland, Ohio. We went all the way to Ohio, and I'm so excited. We have, ooh, shoot, without telling our age, we know we have over 30 years of a life and experience and friendship. So I'm excited. So right before we get ready to get out of here, I want to give you a moment so that you can talk directly to the camera, because I want you
Mhm.
to talk just a little bit more about your whole motto and that whole NGU. All right. So I need you to look right in the camera and let's share what's on your heart.
Yes. NGU means never give up. Follow your dreams. I tell people all the time to follow your heart and not a parked car. Don't let anybody stop you from doing whatever you want to do in life. It doesn't matter whether how old you are or how young you are. When you wake up in the morning and you open those big, beautiful eyes, it's another day. It's another day to make a difference. Just get on your knees and ask the Lord to guide you, give you strength, put the past in the past. You can't change it. So, we all human. We all make mistakes. That's okay. Those mistakes are called learning tools. And you're not a failure. Always remember, failure means first attempt in learning, and never give up.
I love that. That is so precious. That's right. Because the only way you can win is by trying. You have to be willing to try. And you're one, you know what? If you didn't get it this time, I'm going back again. And it has to mean, it's like, what are you willing to pay? What are you willing to do to have the thing that you really want? If it was easy, then everybody would have it. Everybody would be doing it. I'm so excited that I got to pause for the cause and talk to this CEO, Dr. Diane Linston of Cleveland, Ohio. I'm so excited. I'm so proud of you. Doctor, 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 doctor. That is so amazing for all these super fantastic opportunities that you have been given and the stages that you opened for other people. See, I'm waiting for her to come here so I could be one of those models. I know it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. And I am going to walk that runway, you guys. Wait and see. I'm gonna make sure you guys get to see it first because I will be walking the runway in my styles of imagination wear, right? My NGU wear.
NGU wear.
Some of her wear I've over the years for things that I've gotten the privilege to be able to step out and show out, whether I was doing a concert or just having a photo shoot and some of those designs. And I'm so grateful to be able to have someone like you in my life and to know that you're doing what you are called to do. That is what's important. So for all you CEOs out there, really check, make sure that you're in this season, that you're really doing what you know that you're called to do and not just what you've positioned yourself to do. Make it count. I'm a big proponent on using it all, but make it count, make it worth something. Make the necessary adjustment to do something today that your future self, your future business will thank you for. So look, we used to call her Lady Di, but now she Dr. Lady Di, right? Dr. Lady Di. She used to DJ back in the day. Look, that was another life.
Yes.
Look, we just snuck that in. She was Lady Di because she used to mix it up a little bit and rap back in the day.
With your sister, with Angie.
Yeah, that is so crazy. That's funny though, but that's the beauty of it. I'm excited. So thank you again, Dr. Diane Linston.
Thank you. I love you.
CEO Chat, and we appreciate you guys. And I will see you. I'm Shawanna Kennedy, your host of CEO Chat, and we will see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye. Love you.
Yeah, thank you guys. Share, share, share.